Oh, it's getting all sticky. The Tesla Model 3 is a pretty amazing car. Some might even consider it the best car in the world. Me personally, I'm actually part of that group. But there are a couple things that they kind of slacked on, especially if you got a lower trim Model 3. They had to cut costs somewhere, so they got rid of some essential things such as floor mats. Now I'm just saying, I don't think I've ever had a car that didn't come with floor mats, but to be fair, the floor mats that do come with cars aren't that great anyways, and people generally go to replace them if they want something a little bit better. So you probably already guessed what's inside of this box based on my spiel. Let's open this thing up real quick. These right here, oh my gosh. These right here, let me get this box out of the way. These right here are the Mac Daddy of floor mats for the Tesla Model 3. Like, just look at this. Already, wow. I don't even know what to say. These are giant. They look super amazing. Wow, let's get them out of the plastic first. Whew. Whoa. This is hard to do. There's not that much space here, and we got these big old floor mats. Look at these things. Yep, doesn't appear to be an odor that I can tell. Nice. So these are actually the Pro full coverage Model 3 custom made floor mats. So they are cut precisely to fit the floor and cover up basically all the floor to keep your floors nice and clean, looking brand new. And as you can see, these things dip in to block everything, even on the edges of the floor, which is amazing because, as you know, factory floor mats, they're basically a chunk of cloth and they just smack dab on the floor and stuff goes underneath of it around the sides and the edges. This right here is going to prevent all that. As you can see, these aren't made out of cloth. These are actually a TPE material. All you need to know is that these are actually going to be waterproof, weatherproof, mudproof, snowproof, rockproof. Pretty much anything you throw at it, it'll just catch it in here and keep your car clean. But I know these are going to get super dirty if you live in a muddy climate, maybe a lot of snow's getting inside your car. It's keeping your floor clean, but these are going to become super nasty super fast in that case. But the easy thing about these are you pull them out of the car, you grab your hose, spray them down, and that's it. They're waterproof, remember? Simple. Seriously, I remember some cars I've been in where they just had the factory floor mats that are just a chunk of carpet on top of the carpet inside the car, and those things get so dirty. I mean, get in there with your feet wet from the rain. The water is gonna get absorbed in there with all the dirt and everything, and that it just starts looking disgusting. You have to super deep clean them, and it doesn't even keep your carpets clean. I mean, granted, it keeps it clean underneath of the mat, but around the mat, around the edges and everything, you still have to vacuum when you wash your car. With these, I'm hoping that's gonna be a thing of the past. And the other thing is, if you take a look down here at the bottom, we do have anti-slip grips to keep them in place on your floor, because like with those carpet ones, they can go sliding around. These right here, they're gonna stay in place all the time. Now you probably already noticed, but I somehow forgot one of these big points. Right here we got two for the front, driver and passenger side, and then for the back, instead of having two separate ones and nothing in the middle, or three separate ones with one in the middle, this right here, it's one solid chunk for the whole back seat. How simple is that? And plus, that means nothing's exposed down the middle between each floor mat because it's all one solid chunk. Isn't it great when things are custom made specifically for your car? Yes. Something else I like about these is I've seen some other Model 3 floor mats on the market and they looked great, but there was this one thing. They had this huge logo on the side and it wasn't even a Tesla logo. So I'm like, why do I want a big logo right there? It's just an eyesore. I want to keep it simplistic. This right here, completely plain. It might actually look like it's supposed to be there. Although remember, these are super heavy duty. Look at that grip and look at the texture. You're gonna look like a bad, you know. Alright, so as you can see, there's not much we can do inside the studio because these are for a car and they're really big and probably not even in the shot all the way. So let's go head out to the Model 3. I'll show you guys the floor mats I've been using up until now, and then we'll get these ones installed. Let's start off by taking a quick look at the floor mats I'm currently using. As you can see, we got some nice carpet floor mats, which get the job done pretty mediocrely, but it's better than nothing, barely. And the funny thing is, these floor mats aren't even made for the Tesla. These are just some universal floor mats, so as you can see, they do fold up a bit. They do start moving around on the floor. Even though they do have some grips, they still do slide around a bit, especially on the driver's side. And then taking a look in the back seat, this is where things get a little bit more interesting. We have 1, we have 2, and the middle is completely exposed, which I don't like whatsoever. Although the good news is I hardly ever have anybody in the back seat anyway, so who cares? Over on the driver's side, as you can see, the dead pedal is completely exposed, which is pretty normal, although these new ones completely cover it up. And once again, you can see we don't have a perfect fit whatsoever. Getting these installed should be super simple. Just line it up. And just like that, we got a perfect fit. Completely covering up the floor. Same thing on the driver's side. Completely form-fitting. And then over in the back seat, we just gotta wedge it underneath the seats here. And now taking a look in the back seat, complete coverage of all the floor areas. Wherever people's feet are going, it is covered and protected. It goes up the edges, which is super nice, going all the way around the back of the seat, all the way to the sides, and all the way over to the front, under the front seats, even in the center. Just look how it's cut out perfectly to go around all the edges. Taking a look at the front passenger seat, same story going on, goes all the way up the front, all the way around the sides. It is a bit poking out from the edges, although I'm assuming it'll start forming once the sun hits it for a while. It goes all the way around the back, all the way around the sides, and everything will be staying nice and in place if anything happens to go wrong. And then the driver's side, which is going to be getting the most use out of me. As you can see, the dead pedal is completely covered and protected, all the way behind the pedals, all the way around the edges, on the back, on the side. Perfectly form-fitting, looking super nice, gonna protect everything completely. While driving around with these, I can already tell an immediate difference. They're not sliding around whatsoever. It's a complete 180 from where I was, because that mat kept sliding around and it was super annoying. See, I can move my feet around. It's staying perfectly in place, super nice. Granted, as you use these, they are gonna get dirty. As you can see, they got dirty relatively quickly, and all the dirt does show up a lot more than it does on carpet, although it's super easy to clean this, and you can see where it's dirty instead of it being embedded in the carpet fibers, and you can easily just wipe this clean or just spray it off with a hose if it's even worse. I've been using the floor mats for about a week now, so we're gonna take them out and see how well they're doing. Let's just unlodge it here. Wow, it's hot. So take a look. I haven't really done too many things. We just got dirt from everyday life, as you can see. It's pretty dirty. And something I noticed now that we're outside and there's more room is if you take a close look, we have a bit of a T here which resembles a Tesla logo. That's pretty cool. And also, down here at the bottom, boom and boom, you could pop these out to drain them, although I'm not sure why you would ever do that, because you're gonna take the whole thing out of the car and then just dump it over. It seems a lot easier or whatever. So right now, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to clean it, but this isn't too impressive. It's just a bunch of dust. You can easily just wipe this clean with a wet paper towel. So, I got some Coke here. I got a Mentos. So, just drop it in there and nothing's happening. Pretty cool, huh? I guess you're supposed to do it right when you open it. So I guess I'll just pour some of this on here. Oh, it's getting all sticky. And look at that, I poured a lot of it on there and there's like, it's not even taking up any space really. So you can load this up with a bunch of water and snow, and wow, look at that. Look how it just glides right off. That's pretty impressive. Doesn't really stick at all. Obviously it's gonna be sticky though, because there's a bunch of sugar in here. But really, look, it's staying inside, unless you tip it around. But when it's in the car, obviously it's not gonna be tipping. And hopefully you don't get this much water in your car. I don't know how this would happen, but if it does, you should be covered. As you can see, we dumped it out and wow, it's actually pretty clear, although it's gonna be super sticky. So what we're gonna do, because these are waterproof, so really all you gotta do no matter what the mess is spray it down with a garden hose, just like this. Because remember, these are 100% waterproof. And look how much water it's absorbing right here. I mean, it's not absorbing, but it's holding it, look at that. It's just chilling in there. Imagine if this was in your car and somehow you left the windows open and it rained. The rest of your car would be destroyed, but the floor would be okay. That's a lot of water. It's not even, look at that. Wow, nice. So I'm gonna just rub it with my fingers a little bit, get all the stickiness away. We'll dump it out. Wow, it looks clean, it looks brand new. Let me do it one more time. I wanna make sure I don't get ants in the car. But really, extremely simple to do. If you're in a hurry, you could obviously wipe this dry with a towel, but since we have 115-degree heat out here, I'm gonna just leave them sitting right here and they'll dry up in probably like 2 minutes. So really, these floor mats are super great. You're gonna protect your floor from all the elements. As you can see, we got Coke everywhere and no leftover stickiness, no residue. It just feels like water. And as you can see, look at that, it just beads right off too. Pretty awesome, right? Highly recommend these, definitely if you wanna protect their floor. Links down below if you wanna buy them. Let me know if you got them or let me know what you think. And I'm out.